Allison Mack, the former Smallville star, who became known as the infamous enabler of NXIVM leader Keith Raniere as the Ghislaine Maxwell to his Jeffrey Epstein, is finally telling her story in the new CBC podcast, Allison After NXIVM. The 7-episode podcast, part of CBC's Uncover, premiered on November 10th, is hosted by Natalie Robund and produced by Vanessa Grigoriadis of Campside Media. Mack, now 43, was a child actor who grew up in Long Beach, California, eventually moving to Vancouver to star on Smallville, the story of the teenaged Clark Kent, which ran for 9 seasons on the WB, later the CW, beginning in 2001. In the first episode of Allison After NXIVM, she recounts that it was through co-star Kristen Kruk that she first went to a NXIVM meeting in 2006 and embraced it quickly, and later fell under the spell of Raniere. Robund lays out in the premiere episode what the podcast's goals are, which is to answer, who is Allison Mack, really? Is she a victim or someone who victimized others? Mack is, as Allison After NXIVM meticulously details, of course, both victim and victimizer. She was completely brainwashed by Raniere and became part of a harem of women who serviced his every need. She had coercive sex with him daily and gave up her life and career to move closer to NXIVM's headquarters in Albany, New York, but as Raniere's right-hand woman, Mack was also a ruthless taskmaster within the group. She encouraged other women to go to him for the same kind of sexual help Raniere was giving her, meaning that she was sending them off to be raped by him. Within the NXIVM women's group DOS, which Raniere was secretly in charge of, Mack had slaves and enforced what they ate, minimally and when, as well as every action they took. She also recruited women for NXIVM, including the high-profile former member India Oxenberg, whose mother, actor Catherine Oxenberg, was one of the first to speak out about the cult. For these crimes, Mack went to federal prison for nearly 2 years and was released in July 2023. It was during her prosecution, she recounts in the podcast, that she slowly began to wake up to what Raniere had done and to what she had done while under his spell. The abuses of NXIVM were first exposed widely in the New York Times investigation inside a secretive group where women are branded in October 2017. In that story, NXIVM whistleblower Sarah Edmondson, who was in DOS, detailed her experience in the group. After that story, the tides turned against Raniere, and he was arrested in Mexico in 2018. Mack was also on the premises. HBO's The Vow, a docuseries directed by Jehane Newjame and Kareem Ammer, premiered in August 2020 and became a pandemic success, popularizing the cult story. In both The Vow and in its second season in 2022, Mack was a shadowy, mysterious figure. Raniere had everything filmed, often in the background. Raniere was convicted in 2019 and is currently serving a 120-year sentence for sex trafficking, racketeering, fraud, and other crimes. Allison After NXIVM begins with Mack recounting her sentencing day in June 2021, during which she describes her family having to listen to what she'd done. "Oh my God, my poor brother behind me, having to hear this about his sister," she says through tears. "My poor mom. I'm so sorry, you guys. I can take it, but like fuck you guys, I'm so sorry. I don't see myself as innocent and they were.